Welcome, you guys, to day 2 of this 3-day masterclass on what it takes to conquer binge eating. I am so freaking fired up and pumped for today's training. I am going to walk you through the evolution of conquering binge eating, the steps that I needed to take to get here, what I had to work through, what it looked like for me, how I transitioned from binging and feeling super out of control with food to then overeating to then mastering healing body image, then working through intuitive eating, to ending my nighttime eating, to conquering binge eating and being like, holy guacamole, how is this my life? So before we dive in, I always like kind of doing a little bit of a vibe check. So I see many of you guys on. I would love to know, how are you doing? Any breakthroughs so far? Any aha moments? Feel free to drop it in the chat. If you're just excited and fired up and pumped to be here, let me know inside of the chat. So let me know how you're feeling, or just anything in the chat. Who's fired up? Who's ready to go? I'm so excited. Of course, to get started, I'm going to share the video. I realized the last time on day 1, it was kind of it wasn't super clear. So I'm going to go ahead and share Crystal fire emoji. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and share the video. And this time it's going to be a lot more clear. And I want you guys to get into the vibe before we actually go ahead and dive into today's training. Christine's feeling hopeful. I love it. So good. Okay. So now you guys can see my screen, and I'm going to play the video. Here we go. You are going to conquer binge eating. The challenges, the mountain, the roadblocks. Got nothing on you. Everything that has ever held you back from conquering binge eating is going to be let go of. Get ready for the most epic 3 days of your life to see what it really takes to conquer binge eating. Okay, I just had to share that again to get into the vibe, to get into the energy. I'm just very excited. Okay, Meredith. Hello, Meredith popped on. Christine, Caitlin. Okay, so good. All right. So today's training is going to be incredible. You're going to get more strategy. So yesterday, day 1 was a lot focused on who you needed to be, right? More of the mindset piece, leaning into the fear, showing up as your, badass self. But today I want to pull on more strategy. You're going to understand what you specifically need to focus on all the different stages of the journey of becoming binge free. And then what you specifically need to do in all of those different areas. What you need to do to stop binge eating is very different than what you need to do to overcome overeating. What you need to do to heal body image is completely different than what you need to do to stop binge eating. What you need to do to work on the mindset piece is very different than what you need to do to be able to master intuitive eating, right? So there's so many different stages that you're going to have to go through on this journey of healing your relationship with food. Okay. So that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. But first, I am going to be sharing, I'm saying this right at the beginning of the call because there is a special offer that is expiring at the end of this call. So if you guys came live, congratulations. I'm going to be sharing an offer that expires in literally 1 hour. So you guys are going to have 1 hour to jump in if you feel called, and then the bonus expires. So I'm just going to take a few moments to share a little bit about the special offer, and then the bonus is going to expire at the end of this training. So when I look back on this journey, there was never one specific thing that I did to conquer binge eating. It wasn't like, oh, I just got rid of my urges. I'm binge free. Yay, congratulations. It wasn't like I healed my body image and then I became binge free. It wasn't like, I started feeling my hunger and fullness and all of a sudden I conquered binge eating. There were so many different areas of my relationship with food and my body that I needed to tackle. My urges, the strong demanding urges. How many of you guys know your urges feel so strong and so demanding? My urges felt like I had to give in. So Crystal, I needed to learn how to not give in to my urges. Then there was nighttime eating. I needed to learn how to stop binging or habitual snacking late at night. That was a big struggle for me. It was so easy for me to eat healthy all day. But then come the evening after dinner, it's like a switch went off in my brain. And then all of a sudden, I just was like mindlessly snacking. And I felt like I was sabotaging such a quote unquote good day of healthy eating come the evening. I needed to work through intuitive eating. How many of you guys feel disconnected from your hunger and fullness cues? I needed to work through my hunger and fullness cues. I needed to relearn them. I needed to relearn them. I needed to learn how to listen to my body. I needed to learn how to be able to stop when I was full, no matter how good the food tasted. I needed to work through body image. I grew up as a competitive dancer and I got called fat at the age of 14. So I needed to do a deep dive into healing body image, seeing myself as more than a body. And then I also needed to work on my mindset. How many of you guys have the all or nothing mentality? If I eat something bad or off limits, F it, screw it, I messed up. No point of eating healthy, no point of going to the gym, I messed up. Meredith. Yes, me. So I needed to get out of the all or nothing mentality because these things were sabotaging me. I would do well, eat a cookie, oh, I messed up, binge. No point of working out. No point of doing my morning routine the next day. So I needed to get out of the all or nothing mentality. I also needed to start normalizing consistent binge-free days where I wasn't binging. I needed to normalize when things were actually going well. And instead of fearing it, actually get excited of like, I am one step closer to conquering binge eating. So all this to say, there's not one thing that I did to conquer binge eating. There was not one thing. So what I did was I put together, hey, Anna's inside of Conquer. What I did was I put together my program Conquer. And this gives you access to every single program that I run that's going to help you conquer every single aspect of your relationship with food and your body. You're going to learn throughout the next 6 or 12 months how to get rid of your urges, how to stop nighttime binging, how to eat intuitively without spiraling out of control so you can get back in tune with your hunger and fullness, how to heal your body image, how to stop nighttime binging, and how to master your mind so you can get out of the all or nothing mentality and maintain a binge-free life. So every single thing that you need to conquer binge eating and fully do it sustainably is inside of this program. So every single month, I run a program. You're going to get access to all the different programs so you have everything you need to conquer binge eating. I literally took all of the information, every single thing that helped me get here to have complete freedom, and I bundled it up inside of Conquer. So not only, and I haven't even shared the bonus yet, so hang tight, I'm going to share a bonus, and then I'm going to get into the training. Promise it's going to be amazing. Join Conquer. It's the best coaching program I've ever invested in. Yes, it is truly incredible. So not only are you going to be able to get access to a monthly program with me where we tackle all these different areas of your relationship with food in your body, you also get as a bonus my Root and Rewire membership. Over 14 hours of trainings that you can dive into to stop secret eating, how to get out of the all or nothing mentality, what to do before, during, and after a binge, how to rewire your brain, how to control your crazy cravings, how to stop self-sabotage. You're going to get instant access to that over 14 hours of trainings. And I still have not shared the bonus on this call yet. Okay, are you ready to hear the bonus? Drop a yes in the chat. If you're like, this already sounds so freaking good. What? There's another bonus? Yes, just for the hour that you're on this call. Hi, Sammy. Sammy's one of my badass clients. Okay, are you ready? Crystal, there's something about you and the fire emoji. I'm just loving it, okay? Tapora's here. Hello, hello. Okay, Christine's ready. Let's freaking go. Christine's like taking notes. I'm loving this. So I'm actually going to drop the link in the chat because you literally have just for the next hour. So the bonus is when you join Conquer on this call. So between now and when I close the call in an hour, you are going to get also, in addition to all the programs, in addition to my Root and Rewire membership, you're going to get a 20-minute private coaching call with me. 20-minute private coaching with me, and that value alone is just insane. And if you pay in full, you will not only get a 20-minute phone call with me, 20-minute coaching call with me, where we can do some personalized coaching, but you will also get an entire week of private coaching with me, where I can give you direct feedback on what you need in your specific situation to get rid of your urges, to stop emotional eating, to stop habitual snacking at night, to heal your body image. It's all custom to you. So again, just for the time being on this call, if you join, you get access to Conquer, all the different programs that I run over the next 6 or 12 months. You're going to get my Root and Rewire membership, over 14 hours of trainings you can dive into literally right now that's going to skyrocket your relationship with food. The emojis are like mind blown. I know. A 20-minute private coaching call with me. I never do these, but like I'm offering it to you. And if you pay in full, you get a week of private coaching with me, in addition to everything else, plus a 20-minute phone call with me. This alone is literally worth $700 in just bonuses. Actually more, because the membership is well over $1,400 if you're to buy everything separately. So I dropped the link for you down below. So feel free to use that. If you sign up and you join, let me know in the chat. Like literally, let me know in the chat, and I want to celebrate you. Whoa, 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 whoa! I love all the emotions. Okay, I'm going to drop it again, and then we're going to dive into the training. But again, if you sign up, come back in here. Say, I'm in. Like, I want to celebrate you. This is a big deal. So celebrate yourself when you join and say, I'm in. And then we can all celebrate you, and it's going to be fantastic. Okay? So again, to reiterate, just for this call, those are the bonuses. Okay. I'm in. Wait, what? Christine. Oh my God, I'm so excited. What? So fast. And we haven't even gotten to the training yet. I promise you guys, this training is going to blow your freaking mind. But Christine, I'm so excited. Okay, celebrating you, Christine. Like everyone, party emojis. Like Christine is going to change her life. She's going to conquer binge eating. Like I'm so freaking pumped. Okay, Christine, freaking badass. Let's do this. Okay. Are you able to type all the added bonuses in addition to the link? So the bonus, again, to reiterate, is when you join on this call, a 20-minute private coaching call with me. So a 20-minute private coaching call with me. If you pay in full, you get the 20-minute private coaching call and a week of private coaching with me. So you get a voice message me, text me personally for an entire week, and then a 20-minute phone call if you pay in full. But if you join on this call, no matter what, you're going to get a 20-minute phone call with me. And then if you pay in full, you get the week of private coaching and the 20-minute call. So Christine, let me know if that was helpful. Okay. I love your energy. Yes, I'm like so friggin' fired up. Okay, Christine's already in. I'm so excited. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's dive into the training. And then as you guys are using the link and signing up, come back in here, say I'm in. Okay. So most of my clients come to me starting off in the binging zone. Not everybody. Some people come to me when they're not really like binging anymore, but it's more so mindless snacking or some overeating. But the first stage down this ladder of binging to overeating to conquering is the binging piece. So how many of you guys in here are binging right now? Like binging is where you're at. You're going through this out-of-body experience. You don't really feel like you have much control. Your urges are strong. You feel compelled to give in. Food is on your mind a lot. Maybe there's some secret eating going on. There's a few things that you're going to need to focus on at this stage, the first stage, kind of walking down the ladder of the binging. Number one is grace and self-compassion mixed with tough love. So I talk a lot about this with my clients. I see so many people either giving themselves way too much grace, way too much self-compassion, not enough tough love, which actually leads to more self-sabotage, or people giving themselves way too much tough love, which can also lead to self-sabotage. So let me break this down. If you're giving yourself too much grace and self-compassion, you might say, well, I binged, but it's okay. It's okay, I'm trying. You know, it's okay that I gave into another urge to binge for the 5th time this week. Like, it's okay. And it's okay, yes, that you binged. You don't need to be beating yourself up. But you need to also practice not giving into your urges. It's not bad. It's not bad to give yourself grace and self-compassion when you binge. You actually need that. But there's a difference between I tried, I utilized a tool, I am honoring my cravings, I am showing up for myself, I am ensuring that I'm eating enough throughout the day, I am taking action, and I still ended up binging. That's very different versus I didn't even try. I didn't even try to not give in. I just binged. Yeah, I didn't really eat a lot today. Yeah, I know I should have probably had the cookie for lunch when I was craving it, but I was really scared. So then I just said no. And then I ended up binging on the entire box of cookies later on. So there is a very big difference. You're not a failure for binging. You got to give yourself grace and self-compassion. But when you know you're not utilizing the tools, when you know you're not even trying to not give in, you're just literally saying, oh, it's the end of the day, F it, screw it, I'm just going to give in. That is different. That's where you need to say tough love. It's okay that you binged. But if you're not trying to be more mindful, if you're not utilizing any of the tools to become less impulsive with food, well, you're going to need to pull on tough love to say, I need to lean into the discomfort. I know it's going to be challenging. This is where you need to pull on tough love. Tough love, not in the sense, pay attention here. Tough love is not, okay, no more snacking. Oh, come on, just have half a cup of rice. Oh, come on, you didn't work out every day. What's wrong with you? That's not tough love. Tough love is where it's beneficial for you in conquering binge eating, in utilizing the tools to say, no, I'm not going to give in. Is it uncomfortable? But I'm here because I'm ready to conquer binge eating. You're here because you're ready to change your life, to step into the version of yourself you know that you've always have meant to be, not this sabotage version of yourself. Lean into the discomfort, yes. So for example, I was working with one of my clients inside of the academy, and she was sharing that she was starting to give herself a lot more grace, a lot more self-compassion. She wasn't beating herself up as much, especially after a binge. You know, she was like, I was giving myself more grace. I was being kinder to myself. And I was picking myself back up, you know, after a binge. That's amazing. That's incredible. But then she said, but I'm still giving into my urges. So I said, it's great that you're giving yourself grace and self-compassion. Continue to give yourself grace and self-compassion. But what you actually need right now is tough love, because you're acting on your urges. You need to not give in to your urges. You're here to conquer binge eating. And it's very easy to say, it's okay that I binged. It's okay that I gave into my binge urges. And to some extent, yes, you're not going to beat yourself up, especially if you're getting support from me. You're inside of Conquer. You're plugged into my badass community. You're utilizing the tools. You're showing up. But at the same time, when you know you're not utilizing the tools, you know in your heart, you're just saying F it. Oh, it's been a long day. Oh, just one more time. That's when you got to pull on tough love to say, nope, I need to actually show up. I need tough love. I need to use the tools to not be given into my urges. Do you see the difference? Too many people just say, oh, I'm giving myself grace and self-compassion. And yeah, I'm still binging. It's not the fact that you binged. That's the problem. The fact is, you're not actually giving yourself tough love to say, listen, I need to use the tools to not give in. So another example is, let's say Tuesday, you went out for lunch with your coworkers and maybe you ate something and maybe, you felt a little bit guilty. Should you beat yourself up for eating something that made you feel guilty? No. But then if you say, well, I had something for lunch and I'm a little guilty. I feel a little guilty and I'm also really full. So I'm just going to go to get pizza. And then, I remember I have cookies left over. And then I'm also just going to finish the rest of the cookies. That's when you need tough love. It's not that you can't order the pizza. It's not that you can't enjoy the cookies. You 1,000% can. But when you know you're acting out of self-sabotage, when you know you're acting from a place of impulse, from a place of urges, not your binge brain, you're acting out of your binge brain, not your true brain, not your badass self, that's when you need to be strong and pull on tough love. Why? Again, you want to conquer. So there's a big difference between those two. Even from what I discussed yesterday. Oh, well, I currently don't trust myself around chocolate, but I want to. It's like, okay, but if you're not actually giving yourself the tough love to say, what do I need to do to get there? It's going to be really hard to build up self-trust. Have you been allowing yourself to have some? You say you want to feel confident to order what you want at the restaurant, but are you chickening out and just saying, I'm going to stick to what I know? So you need to check in multiple times on this journey to say, listen, I am here because I'm ready to change my life. I am here because I'm ready to conquer binge eating. But am I doing everything to get there? I want you to ask yourself this and let me know in the chat box. Are you truly giving it your all? Are you truly, can you confidently say, I am 100% giving it my all to conquering binge eating? The majority of the times, let me know in the chat. I want to have an honest conversation here. This is important. We need these honest conversations. Probably 80%. Today, yes. Jordan, yes. No, I have not. So the majority of people, it's not that you aren't giving it your all because you can't do it. It's maybe that you just don't have the right support. You don't have the right tools. That's what makes a huge difference. When you're part of my badass community, you know how to not give in to your urges. You know how to not stop being so impulsive around food. You know how to stop the crazy food thoughts. It is so much easier to give it your all when you know that there is a clear path in front of you. It's so much easier to see progress when you're not trying to figure out, oh, what do I do? You know what to do. You have the game plan, and then all you got to do is execute. So are you staying comfortable, or are you giving it your all? Are you giving yourself too much grace? Oh, it's okay that I binge. You know what? Tomorrow's a new day. Yes, to some extent that's true, but also you want to change your life. So like, we gotta use the tools. So maybe you're giving yourself way too much grace, or maybe you're giving yourself way too much tough love and you're barely giving yourself grace. I see this a lot. I'm a failure because I binged. No, you're not. You're not a failure. Binging is part of the process. That's where grace comes in. I'm learning. Maybe you just joined the Root and Rewire membership. So you're learning the foundational tools. You're like, I don't know where the heck and bob to begin. Maybe you're inside of the membership. Maybe you're inside of Conquer. You're learning these more advanced tools. You're like, I'm so beyond ready to conquer binge eating. So you're doing the work to heal your relationship with food. You're learning how to get rid of your urges, how to stop nighttime binging, how to heal your body image, how to stop emotional eating, how to work through your mindset. Maybe you're inside of the academy. You're stepping into your binge-free life. You're getting super high-level support from me, personalized coaching. Are you actually showing up? Not trying, the true failure is not a binge. The true failure is not trying. The true failure is, I know I can do it, but I'm not doing it. Oh, that is the worst. The worst form of failure is not even going for it. Your potential is up here. And you're not even trying. Not trying is the worst form of failure. Giving up is the worst form of failure. That's not you. Giving up too soon is the worst form of failure. If you just showed up an extra week, an extra month, that could have made all the difference. But where are you like, oh, I'm putting in the work, but I'm not seeing results yet, so I'm going to pull the plug. I'm going to revert back to dieting. If you just kept on going, you would have conquered. That's the worst form of failure, not trying or giving up. So it's being really real with yourself and asking, am I 100% putting in the work? Not just saying I'm trying, not just saying I really want to, but actually going for it. Am I utilizing the tools every single day? Do I even know the tools, or do I need support? Am I staying committed even when it's hard? Am I staying committed even if I've just had a binge? Am I giving myself tough love to not act on my urges? Or am I saying, meh, I deserve it. It's been a long day. One last time. I'm so full and bloated. I'm going to do better. It's not about beating yourself up when you just binge. It is asking yourself, did I do everything that I could to prevent it from happening? Did I utilize the tool to not give in to my urges? I shared a whole training inside of Stop the Urge on this. Am I actually having satisfying meals? Am I honoring my cravings? Am I eating regularly enough throughout the day? It's not about beating yourself up. It's just, okay, well, next time I need to do XYZ thing, and then following through with that. So when you're in the binging phase, like out of control binging, it is so important to not be giving into your urges, because that's what's going to rewire your brain out of these habitual cycles. That's what's going to weaken these strong, demanding urges. Your urges are going to become less intense the more you stay consistent. The less urges you have, the less binges you're going to have. And as a result of having less binges, you're one step closer to conquering binge eating. This is why I haven't felt an urge to binge in 4 years. I had to give myself tough love. You think it was easy to not give into my urge? It was like, oh yeah, well, it was just, super easy to not give into my binge urges. Just like rainbows and butterflies, it was just so easy to not give into my urges. No, it was not easy. So check in with yourself. Are you saying F it and just giving in to your urges? Are you utilizing a tool to not give in to your urges? Is it getting easier? Let me know in the chat where you're at. And this is why I created Stop the Urge. And again, you're going to get access to this throughout your 6 or 12 months inside of Conquer. Because if you want to stop your binge eating, you need to not give in to your urges. You need to know what to do to not give in. But more importantly, how do you stop these urges from even popping up in the first place? Because that's going to make it so much easier for you to not give in, right? I'll share the tools with you for when you feel the urge to binge that will help you to not give in. But what's going to make it so much easier for you to not even have to use the tools, and it's going to be so much easier for you to not give in, is by understanding, why are these urges popping up? Why are these urges popping up? I stopped binge eating because I practiced not giving into my urges. Was it challenging? 100%. Was it worth it? 100%. Living free with no urges is so possible. You can't skip that step. Last night, I was watching the Bachelorette with my husband, and I had my chocolate chip pancakes, a previous massive, 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 massive binge trigger food. Every single time I ate them, binge, urge, binge, feel sick, do it over again. Why was I able to enjoy chocolate chip pancakes, not a single urge to binge, zero control, with my husband, not in secret, because I've learned how to stop giving into my urges. Now I don't feel the urge. And if you're like, how? I don't know how to give into my urges. Again, this is what I talk about inside of Stop the Urge, which is included inside of Conquer. You get access to all the different programs that I run month over month. So again, to recap, in the first stage, binging out of control, most important thing is not giving into your urges. Once you focus on tackling your urges and you're having less binges, I've had so many clients say to me, like, I can't remember the last time that I binged. So then what ends up happening is you're in the overeating phase. How many of you guys might be in an overeating phase? Let me know in the chat. You're like, I'm not, like, I've kind of worked through my binges, but I definitely know I'm overeating at the majority of my meals. Maybe you're not really binging anymore. Maybe you still are binging, but you're still overeating as well. Let me know in the chat if you can resonate with overeating. This is a normal transition. You're not super impulsive. You don't have strong urges, but it's like, yeah, I ate way too much for dinner. This is what I experienced after tackling my urges. So what you're going to need to work through at this stage is almost like this sad feeling of having to stop when you're comfortably full. I remember one of my clients telling me, let me know if you can relate to this. She said, I kind of feel sad having to stop when I'm comfortably full. Any of you guys relate to that? And the reason why this happens is because you're seeing it as restriction. You're seeing it, yeah, Crystal's like, yes, you're seeing it as restriction. You're seeing this as like, I'm on a diet. When you're on a diet, it's like, this is how much you're eating. No more. That's it. You finish your meal. Okay, that's it. No more food. Done. With healing your relationship with food, it's different. You can have as much as you want. But again, you're here to conquer binge eating. You don't want to feel full. You don't want to feel lethargic. So it's not restriction. Oh my gosh, Christine, 12 months paid in full. Christine, you joined Conquer. I can't wait for our private call and a week of private coaching and then a year of conquering binge eating together. Like, holy moly, everyone, Christine, welcome. So exciting. Oh my God, Christine, you're like waving. You're like, that's me. I freaking love it. Okay, you're amazing. Everyone just celebrate her. Like, this is a big freaking deal. 12 months. I'm so excited. Yay, Christine. Yes, so good. Okay. So again, Crystal, the fire emoji. I love it. So it's not restriction to stop when you're full. It is self-love. Let me say this again. It is not restriction to stop when you're full. It's not that you can't eat more. You can, but how do you feel? And when the sad feeling comes on, like perhaps, okay, I know I'm full, I probably should stop eating. It's not about you can't eat anymore. It's not about that's it. You can't eat until 3 hours. Oh, close the kitchen. It's you're full. I'm going to respect myself. I'm going to respect my body and stop eating, knowing in 10 minutes I can eat again, knowing I can finish the rest later if I still wanted to. That's the difference. How are you viewing stopping when you're comfortably full? If you're seeing it as, oh, this is a rule, no more food after, like, that's it. Like, once I finish my meal, like, that's it. Why would you want to stop? There's scarcity. You're telling yourself the kitchen closes. You're telling yourself, well, after this meal, you can't eat until dinner. That's restriction. Of course, you're going to not want to stop because it's like, well, then I can't eat for the next few hours. That's dieting. Secretly, you might think it's not dieting. You might not be tracking your macros or on Weight Watchers, but that is still a form of restriction. And it will 100% backfire. It will 100% backfire. When you say no more food, it's like, LOL, going back for seconds, going back for thirds. I'm also going to finish the cookies. I don't like being told what to do. So I'm going to just go binge. Versus you're full. I want to respect my body. My body doesn't deserve to feel so full. I don't like that feeling. So yes, it might feel uncomfortable at the beginning to stop when I'm comfortably full, but I'm going to remind myself I am safe. I am good. I can eat again whenever I want. Now, something else that is important, by the way, there's 30 minutes left for the bonuses. So FYI, 30 minutes. Now, something else that is very important to work through in this overeating stage is not judging yourself for overeating. So it is very common to say, well, I'm not necessarily having crazy binges, like they're not super intense. So like, why the heck am I overeating? I haven't really binged. This is the journey. Okay. I haven't really binged in a while, but like, why am I eating past fullness? Well, you're still learning how to get back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues. The good news is it does get easier. It does get easier. Once you work through your urges and you're not binging as much and you're more connected to your body, it's going to get easier. But there are still steps involved in terms of tackling overeating. And this is why I created Eat Normally. And again, when you join Conquer, you're going to get access to this program throughout your time inside. I'm going to be running it again soon. You need to learn how to get back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues. Many of you guys say, I don't trust myself. I don't know. Am I hungry? Am I full? Am I experiencing a craving? I don't know. You need to learn how to trust yourself, how to listen to your body, to know how much to eat without dieting. You need to know how to eat intuitively without just free for all eating however much I want. So that is the overeating. So again, once you tackle the urges and the binging, then you got to tackle the overeating. Now, body image. Body image struggles can come at any point in this journey. Some of you may have experienced body image struggles from a young age. How many of you guys have maybe struggled with body image from a very, very young age? But that could happen. But a lot of the times, body image struggles are more apparent when you're binging and you're overeating, of course, right? Because it's like, oh, I'm so full. And then I just binged. And now not only do I feel bad for the fact that I binged, but now I'm literally uncomfortable in my own skin. Like literally, like my pants, I can't put on my pants. Like I'm bloated. I remember sometimes feeling literally inflamed. Literally inflamed, like so inflamed. Like a week later, I'm like, why am I so puffy? Yes, since age 14. Yes, when I started binge eating, that's when my body image started 100%. So, another important step in conquering binge eating is healing body image. One massive shift you're going to have to make is seeing yourself as more than a body. Drop more than a body in the chat. More than a body. Maybe for years, your body was your identity. Who you are was reflected by the way that you looked. You spent years trying to be smaller, years trying to change and fix your body. You were obsessing over how you looked. If you want to conquer binge eating, you cannot focus on so heavily obsessing over the way you look. Now, can you feel amazing in your own skin? 1,000%. Hello, I'm living proof. You can feel so damn good in your own skin. But it's not from this place of, I need to be smaller. I need to fix my body. My body's not good enough. It's from a place of, I am more than my body. Who I am is so much more than the way that I look. The way that I look is such a small fraction of who I am, of Lorna. The way that I look is such a small fraction of Kate, of Christine, Tapora, Lee, Christine, Anna, Paige, Crystal, Danny, Caitlin, Sammy, Tracy, Jordan, Meredith. It's such a small fraction of who you are. So it's taking the focus off of your body and instead focusing on how you feel. I want more energy. Perfect. I'm going to go for a walk to energize my body so that I can feel better. Versus, I need to lose weight. I hate my body. Go for a walk. Hurry up. 10K steps. You need to do it. Don't miss a day. You're a failure if you do. What are you doing? Why are you resting? You can't take a day off. Oh, you did 9.8K steps? Oh, that's not good enough. Why didn't you do 10K? Why didn't you literally go for a walk at 9 p.m. and try to get the rest of the steps in? I used to do that. I used to be like, oh, it's not 10K steps yet, so I'm just going to literally walk around my house so that I can hit 10K as if like 10K is like a magical number. It's not. So on my journey, I stopped focusing on any of that. How did I want to feel? Energized, healthy, strong. So what foods and workouts energize me? What foods and workouts were going to keep me healthy and strong? And I led with that. Not how many calories did I burn, not forcing myself to work out. In fact, listen to this. When I actually focused less on my body and being more of a badass in the gym, taking care of myself, resting more when I was tired, of course, still pushing myself. I love feeling strong. How many of you guys love like feeling strong in the gym? You're like, yes, like I want to feel like a freaking badass. I love that. Yeah, Crystal, Sammy, yes. It's like there's something about that. It's like, oh, it feels so strong. I feel like such an empowering badass. So I was still pushing myself in the gym, but I was also really listening to my body and resting when I needed to. Pushing myself when I had energy, but also resting. And when I focused on this instead of the way that just my body looked, I've felt the best that I've ever had in my entire body. And I still do to this day. I feel amazing in my own skin. And I never thought that I would get here. I used to be that person bloated every day, couldn't even wear leggings. People would be like, I'm at home, comfortable in my leggings. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable in leggings. I'm like, I'm in sweatpants. I didn't feel comfortable in leggings. But now I can wear anything and I feel amazing. I focused on how can I take the best care of this body that I call my home? Just like your house or, wherever you live, I'm sure you take care of it. You tidy up, you clean, you put things away, right? Like take care of it. Unless you're like me, and if I have plants, I just let them die because I can't, not a plant person. No, not to be like against plants. I mean, they look great, but I forget to take care of them. But everything else I'm good at. But it's the same with your body. How do you take care of it? Do you speak kindly to it? Do you move your body from a place of self-love? Do you nourish it with wholesome foods while also enjoying delicious foods? Because also pleasure is very important. You need to stop obsessing over the way you look. Many of you ditch the scale, especially if you're a client of mine, you know that it's literally useless. But some of you need to stop mirror checking. Oh, let me just see how my arms look today. Just want to double check. Oh, let me just make sure I'm not super bloated. That's just another way of you being more obsessed with the way you look. I care so much about the way that I look that if I'm even walking downtown and I see myself in the reflection, I got to double check to make sure that I look okay. That is body obsession. Hear me out. You can 100,000,000% want to look good. I want to look good, but not in the sense of I'm not good enough. I need to be smaller. It's not in the sense of oh, I hate my body. It's in the sense of I want to feel my best. I want to have energy. I want to feel good. I want to take care of my home. I want to respect my body. I want to live until I'm 100 million years old. Constantly mirror checking, comparing your body, you got to work through that. How many of you guys compare your body? Maybe to somebody else or maybe a past body of yours. When you do that, you're essentially saying that body is better than this body. That's not true. It's potentially that body looks different than this body, but hello, of course, it's somebody else. It's not even you. A past body, well, of course, you're no longer in that season of your life anymore. Some of you guys are comparing the way you look to 20 years ago, and I'm like, you're not even the same person. Hopefully you're not the same person. I mean, I hope you're growing. Conquering binge eating is about also tackling body image. Because when you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, it is so easy to say, well, I'm already full, so I'm just going to binge. I'm so far away from my body goal, so I'm just going to eat the rest of the cookies. That is self-sabotage. I'm already full. I already ate something today that made me feel really bloated. So what are all the other foods that make me feel bloated? And I'm just going to eat those today because tomorrow I'm not going to be allowed to. So today, bring on the dairy or bring on the cookies or whatever makes me bloated. I'm just going to eat it because I'm already bloated. That is self-sabotage. But that comes from healing your body image. Or this thought of, I feel so uncomfortable, so I can't honor my cravings. I'm so uncomfortable, so no, I can't eat XYZ food. No, I can't order that at the restaurant. No, I can't. But that is going to backfire. Because when you dismiss your cravings, you have more urges. And more urges means more binging. And more binging means more bloating and then discomfort, which leads to more restriction sometimes. It's a nonstop cycle, right? When you're uncomfortable in your own skin, you either say, F it, I'm just going to binge, or you say, I'm super uncomfortable, so I'm going to restrict myself because I'm not where I want to be physically in my body. So no, I can't eat this food, but then that's going to backfire. You're going to feel deprived. And what are you going to end up doing? You're going to end up binging. And then when you just binge, you're going to feel bloated and uncomfortable in your own skin. And then what are you going to do? Restrict yourself. But then the restriction is going to lead to more urges. And then the urges are going to lead to more binging. It's like over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you can't skip this step. One of the best things that you can focus on regarding body image is respect. Not, I'm trying to be the smallest you. True, you don't even want to be the smallest you. You don't. You want to be the healthiest you. You want to be fit. You want to be strong. You want to be healthy. You want to take good care of yourself. And you're going to get there by treating your body really well, by nourishing it, with respecting it, taking good care of it. It will change the freaking game. And again, this is why I created Body Image Boost. Again, when you're inside of Conquer, like these are all the different types of programs that you'll get throughout the 6 or 12 months. I run a program every single month. It's truly everything that you need and more. It's not just how do I get rid of my urges? It's you also got to work through body image. Most people actually start binging because of body image issues. This is how a lot of people start having an unhealthy relationship with food or binging because of body image issues. So at a young age, maybe you were called fat. Maybe somebody put you on a diet and then you started restricting yourself. Right? For me, age 14, started dieting at a very young age because somebody called me fat. I was scared to eat. So what do? You restrict yourself. Then you feel super deprived. And then you have these intense urges. And then you're binging. And again, the cycle repeats itself, all because of the body image struggles. So that is also a very, very, very important step to take. If you want to conquer binge eating, you also need to work through body image. And again, when you join Conquer, you'll get access to this program the next time I run it over the next 6 or 12 months. Now, we talked about binging, overeating, body image. How many of you guys experience nighttime binging, nighttime emotional eating, nighttime habitual snacking? How many of you guys nighttime in the evening, like after dinner? You're like, I can do well all day, but then come the evening, that's when I'm not even hungry. I'm just like mindlessly snacking, or I'm full on binging, or the kids go to bed. And this is the only time I get pleasure to myself. Binging or emotionally eating or snacking when you know you're not hungry out of habit, right? This is very habitual. It's like this habitual cycle. It can happen for a few reasons. One of them being, I deserve to relax at the end of the night. I deserve to eat. How many of you guys relate to that? I deserve to eat at the end of the night because I need to relax. It's been a long day. I got through my stressful day, so I get to chill. I deserve it. I worked hard today. One of my clients said this to me in our call. She said, sometimes at the end of the day, I just say, screw it. I'm just going to binge because I had a long day and a little reward. How many of you guys see it as like a reward? And I told her, I said, telling yourself, oof, sometimes, yes, I wind down with food. Yeah. So I told her, I said, telling yourself, I deserve to relax and binge at night and eat all the ice cream and just to chill out is literally like saying, I deserve to make myself feel like shit. It's pretty much the same thing. You thinking, oh, I deserve to binge because I had a long day. That's you essentially saying, what you're saying to yourself is, I deserve to make myself feel like shit. I deserve to make myself feel full and bloated and disgusted and wake up still full and bloated. You don't actually deserve that. What you deserve is a good night's rest. So true. This is what you'll get when we work together. It's like self-compassion and grace, but also tough love. Like, I'm here to help you guys conquer. And if you don't have somebody that's actually sharing the truth, you need this. So what you actually deserve is a good night's rest, to actually relax in the evenings, to actually unwind. That's important. We all need downtime. We all need downtime, right? You're working super hard at your job. There's stress, there's overwhelm. You need downtime, but you are associating relaxing and unwinding with I need to eat. Now, of course, some nights, yeah, you're allowed to have a snack. That's not the problem. This is not about can I have a snack or can I not have a snack? It's very different from saying, oh, I just feel like a snack tonight versus I need to eat something. I need to comfort myself. It's a long day. I need to eat. It's the only thing that gives me pleasure. Or, oh, kids went to bed. Oh, well, I only have 10 minutes to myself. Well, gotta self-soothe because there's no pleasure throughout the rest of my days. You don't deserve to self-soothe. You deserve to rest, to get a good sleep, so you can feel like an Energizer bunny tomorrow. Now, another reason why you're binging or emotionally self-soothing, winding down with food in the evening is because, well, it's the one source of pleasure in my life. Like I said, kids go to bed, finally have time to relax. This is what makes me happy. The high, the numbing out, the euphoria feeling. Most of my binges personally were in the evening. But when I started, yeah, Tracy said that's me. When I started having more pleasure in my life, when I got rid of my urges, when I stopped overeating, when I worked through my body image and started to respect my body and take really good care of it, I didn't feel the need to self-soothe with food at night. I actually didn't even have the desire to eat so much at night or to eat foods that would make me feel bloated and have a terrible sleep. But I have a question for you. Have you ever been told eating at night is bad? Maybe you've been told you're going to gain 1,000,000 pounds. Oh my gosh, if you eat after dinner, you're going to blow up. Yes, yes, yes. A huge reason why you might actually be binging at night is because you're trying to not eat at night. So I used to do intermittent fasting, okay, way back, way back. And I would tell myself, I can't, no, after dinner, no more food. And I felt like it was so black or white. It was like this or that. No food, or if I'm gonna have a small snack, you effed up, binge. Better tomorrow. I couldn't even have a small snack because I felt like, or like even one almond, like I felt like I couldn't even have like a grape or like I was so strict. But what did that do? That actually made me binge more at night. I have zero rules of no, can't eat after 7 o'clock or what. I don't have that. And sometimes I have a snack in the evening and sometimes I don't. Zero binges, zero self-soothing with food. But back when I told myself, you can't eat after a certain time, it's bad, you shouldn't do it. What do you think I did? That's when I was literally binging and emotionally self-soothing with food the most, because in the back of your mind, when you know that you're doing something quote unquote wrong, again, back to that like rebellious version of yourself, it's like, well, I shouldn't be doing this. So because I had like one almond, well, I messed up. Well, I'm not going to just have, if I'm going to eat at night, well, I'm not going to just have like one bowl of cereal. I'm going to have the bowl of cereal and I'm going to have the ice cream and then I'm also going to have this and I'm going to have that because like you messed up. So you're going to need to shift your thinking around this. So you stop seeing eating at night as like bad or wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're listening to your body. You're allowed to eat at night. It's not about you can't snack at night. It's the self-sabotage. This is the only source of pleasure in my life that you need to work through. If you're self-soothing and binging, right? And I need the chocolate to give me pleasure. You got to work on that. But that's very different than I just feel like a snack at 9 o'clock. Go for it. Have it. Or I'm hungry after dinner, but oh my God, I can't eat. What? No, eat. Where eating at night becomes a problem is when you're secretly eating and you're It's the only source of pleasure in your life, and you need to comfort yourself. That is not healthy, and that's what I can help you with. And when you think of the foods that you tend to binge on at night, what are they? For those of you guys who maybe experience nighttime binging, habitual snacking, emotional self-soothing at night, what are those foods that you tend to have in the evening? Cheese. What else? An entire bakery, something sweet, right? So the majority of you guys are binging on these foods at night because you're not allowing yourself to have them throughout the day. Either consciously telling yourself, nope, can't have that, or it's subconscious restriction and you're doing it without even recognizing it, which is why you're having strong urges to binge at night. You're going to have to work through this, allowing yourself to enjoy the foods that you want and not just save it for later on because you know you're going to binge. A lot of people will tell me, well, I can't eat chocolate during the day because I'm going to binge on it. Like I just binge at night. So I can't have chocolate during the day because I consume so much at night. Well, guess what? That could be fixed by allowing yourself to eat some of the foods that you love during the day. While you're over here judging yourself for doing that and then wondering why you have zero control with food at night. You have to do things differently. If what you're doing isn't working, you need a new approach. And inside of Conquer, the next program I'm running, which is actually starting in like 2 weeks, first week of September, is Break the Late Night Binge. This is the program. How to stop binging, emotionally eating, self-soothing with food late at night. This is so important. Eating healthy all day and then binging at night. But binging at night doesn't just impact how you feel at night. It impacts the next day. Because when you binge at night, you wake up still full and still bloated from how much you ate last night. And then you're like, do I eat breakfast? Do I not eat breakfast? But I'm not really hungry, but I don't want to restrict myself because if I restrict myself, I'm going to binge again. But like, I'm not even hungry. I'm still so full, but I got to eat something. And then you're like, how do I eat? Right? It doesn't, nighttime binging isn't just about the end of the night. And maybe you're not intimate with your partner and maybe you go to bed feeling super bloated. Yeah, that's the problem. But also how you eat the next day, your workouts. Maybe you don't have energy to work out. Maybe you're like moody at work. So I'm so excited for that program happening inside of Conquer. Okay, I'm going to be dropping the link one more time. We're still on this call, so the bonus still applies. If you guys are still on, the bonus is still happening. Okay. So next up is emotional eating. Emotional eating. How many of you guys know that you are using food to comfort yourself, to soothe, to calm stress, to calm anxiety? I recognized that I used to experience a lot of anxiety. I was anxious a lot. And I was also missing a lot of connection. And I was also isolating myself a lot. And, you know, when you're feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, you isolate yourself. Like, let's just be honest. I pushed a lot of my friends away. I never wanted to go out. I'm like, oh, my friends would ask me, you want to go here? You want to go there? And I'm like, I'm just meal prepping and I'm also going to go to the gym and I'm also going to be spending hours just eating healthy and working out because that's my life. And then I would feel lonely and then I would feel bad for not going because I would see my friends be posting all these photos of had so much fun. And then I would feel guilty and I would feel bad because I didn't say yes. And then because I felt bad, I would end up binging. And then I felt even worse about myself. Or I would procrastinate if there was like a task that I didn't want to do, or maybe something made me really anxious or I was stressed about something. And instead of tackling it on firsthand, I pushed it off and I would just comfort myself and, you know, procrastinate. But you know that food is not going to heal your anxiety. Food is not going to help you feel less anxious. It's just a temporary solution. Until you actually learn how to process and cope and manage your emotions, you're always going to turn to food to self-soothe. So the first thing that I needed to do was understand what my needs were. We all have basic human needs. We all want to feel loved. We all want to feel accepted, safe, comfort, belonging, like I'm part of something. I want to feel seen. I want to feel heard. So many of my clients specifically come to work with me because they say, Lorna, you make me feel seen. You make me feel understood. You want to feel important. You want to just feel, could you please repeat what is the bonus? So the bonus is when you join on this call. So before I get off this call, you get a 20-minute private call with me. If you pay in full, you get a week of private coaching with me in addition to the 20-minute call. So let me know, Tracy, if that is helpful. You guys, a week, imagine like a week of private coaching with me. We get so much done. It's incredible. Customized coaching, and then a private coaching call with me as well too. Okay, but only if you pay in full, you get the week of private coaching with me. You're welcome, Tracy. I hope to see you inside. I can't wait. Okay. So you want to feel important. You want to feel seen. You want to feel loved. You want to feel comfort. And I recognize that a lot of my needs were not getting met. Again, I was isolating myself. All I cared about was food and my workouts. And, you know, again, my friends would be like, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, no, you go have fun. I'm just going to go in my kitchen and like plan every single meal that I'm consuming, knowing that I'm probably not going to eat this and I'm probably going to sabotage tomorrow. But I didn't recognize that that was impacting my emotional and binge eating. Why? I wasn't getting connection, which is a basic human need. I wasn't feeling seen. I didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't feel understood. I always felt different from so many people in my life. And then, of course, you know, not going out with my friends, staying at home, being this crazy person, spending hours in the gym and meal prepping. Like, I wasn't getting any of my needs met. Don't want to be intimate. Well, not getting that need met. And so I really started to ask myself, what do you need right now? And a lot of the times it would be more connection. So I would plan dates with some friends and, you know, coffee dates or things like that. Sometimes it would be like, you need a nap. And instead of judging myself, like, you got to be more productive. You can't just rest. You can't take a nap. You need to be doing more. You got to do more. You got to be more productive. Oh my gosh. You can't take time to relax and lay down. What? There's dishes that need to be clean. You got to mop the floor and you got to do this. And you also got to do this. What are you doing resting? Instead, I started meeting my own needs. Okay, you're tired. You want to take a nap? Go take a nap without judgment. Don't judge yourself. You're meeting your own needs. You're healing. And this is part of the journey. And this is what can actually help you with emotional eating. Never forget this one client that I work with. She was super successful. She was a lawyer and super stressed out, as you can imagine. And at one point in her day, she's like, I just want to eat everything. I'm so stressed. I just want to eat everything. And then she asked herself, what do I need? And her body was saying, girl, you need a nap. She was exhausted, stressed, tired, fatigued. So she went and she took a nap. She woke up, felt completely fine, did not turn to food. If she did not take a brief moment to just simply ask herself, what do you need right now? She could have easily self-soothed, because how often do you associate, oh, I'm tired, I need food. Oh, I'm lonely, I need food. I'm bored, I need food. I'm depressed, I need food. I'm anxious, I need food. But you don't actually need that. You think you need that because you're not actually meeting your own needs. So if you're not meeting your own needs, but you have to because they're basic human needs, like as human beings, we need these needs to be met. So if you're not meeting your needs in a healthy, loving, sustainable way, your body's very smart. Your brain's very smart. You're going to find how to get these needs met. And if you don't do it in a sustainable, healthy way, you're going to do it through self-sabotaging ways, again, turning to food. So unless you actually meet your needs in a sustainable way, you're going to be turning to food to try to make yourself feel better, because the stress, the anxiety, the overwhelm does not go away by eating. Now, something else I want to talk about that not many people talk about. I needed to learn how to express myself and not fear showing my emotions. So I used to always be told, you're so emotional. When I was sad or something happened and I would feel sad or I would feel the feelings, it's like, oh, what? You're crying again? You're so emotional. And so I felt like I can't express how I'm feeling. I can't show this. People think I'm so emotional. I can't cry. And people would tell me, I know something is wrong. Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I was not fine, but I'm fine. I promise I'm so good. And I'd be like, I'm fine. I promise. I was not okay. And it was almost like I wasn't fine, but I wanted somebody to say, like, you're not fine. Like, what's wrong? But I felt like I could not express myself. I couldn't share that I was sad or I was emotional or whatever, because I've been told you're so emotional. But I needed to learn how to express myself and share how I was feeling and feel safe to do so. Yes, I'm actually sad. Yes, I'm actually really mad. Or yes, I'm actually disappointed. Whatever it was. I needed to feel safe to express those feelings, because what do you do when you don't express those feelings? You numb and you push them down. I can't show that I'm sad, but I am sad. So I need something to make me feel better, because I can't tell this person that I'm sad, and that person can't help me feel better. So I'm just going to eat to try to make myself feel better. Even expressing yourself in a good way, I needed to work on. Sharing with my partner how much I loved him, or reach out to a friend and be like, I was thinking about you. Like, just wanted to say, like, I've been thinking about you these past few days. Like, those are all different ways of expressing yourself. But often when you're numbed out, you don't actually focus on expressing yourself because you don't even know how you're feeling in the moment. A huge reason also why I couldn't express how I felt is because I didn't know. My mind was literally, all I thought about was food. I was either anxious or bloated from how much I ate. So I wouldn't even know how I felt. Like, I don't know. Am I sad? Am I mad? Am I angry? Am I happy? I don't know. I don't feel anything sometimes. I needed to express how I felt and also express what I needed from other people. So, for example, you can't expect people in your life to know what you need. You need to tell people what you need. I couldn't expect my husband to understand what I needed from him unless I actually expressed that to him. Hey, I needed to do this. I love when you do this for me. Like, you can't expect people to just magically read your minds. Like, you have to say, hey, I don't like when you do this. Hey, I like when you do this. Like, these are all just different ways of expressing yourself and meeting your own needs. Learning how to express yourself. Taking time to feel your emotions, not fearing them. Okay, emotion, I see you. What do you need? Instead of, oh my God, I'm anxious. Oh my God, I'm stressed. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Oh my God, I need to get rid of this. Oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and get rid of it. Instead, it's like, welcome it in, just like the fear that I talked about yesterday. Welcome it in. Hello, emotion. What do you need from me? How can I help you? Oh, you're feeling super overwhelmed and you just need some time to decompress and maybe not do the dishes? Cool. Oh, hey, you're super stressed and you're overwhelmed and you need to have a difficult conversation. Let's tackle it. Let's not push it off. Let's tackle it. Let's be with our emotions, understand your emotions, and feel through them so that you can heal. And again, tackling your emotional eating is a huge part of conquering binge eating. And this is why I created my Stop the Emotional Eating program. The last time I ran this program, my clients loved it so much, and it's so powerful because you need to learn how to regulate your emotions. You need to learn how to comfort yourself without the default food. You need to learn different emotional regulation techniques, how to regulate your nervous system so that you can stop turning to food every single time you're stressed or lonely or sad or mad or angry. Right? No, nobody talks about this. Like, parents don't teach you this. You don't learn it in school. But again, when you're inside of Conquer, this is also a program that you'll get access to over the next 6 or 12 months. Now, one of the next parts I want to talk about is the mindset piece. Mastering your mind for a binge-free life. So I talked about tackling binges. You got to get rid of your urges, which I talk about in Stop the Urge. You got to focus on eating normally and eating intuitively, getting back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues, which I talk about in Eat Normally, which is inside of Conquer. You got to heal body image. You got to work through emotional eating, but you also need to work on the mindset piece. You need to know what to do, right? Like, clearly this whole conversation is, what do I do to stop, nighttime binging and emotional eating? But I so often see I can do well for a few days and then I self-sabotage. I can do well for a short period of time and then I revert back to old habits. I've been able to not binge for a week, but then I just mess up. This is all mindset. When you believe I am a binge eater, it's who I am, your brain starts freaking out. When you start being consistent, when you start having these binge-free days and binge-free weeks and binge-free months, which will happen for you, especially when you're inside of Conquer. When you start having these moments of like, oh my gosh, I haven't binged in a month. Your brain is like, whoa. This isn't who I am. I'm a self-sabotager. I'm a binge eater. I'm not consistent with my food. Me? No, I can't stay home alone and not binge. No. Like, you don't understand. That's not who I am. And so your brain is like, yeah, okay, that's not who you are. Okay, go binge because that's who you are. So you have to rewire this thinking. Drop rewire in the chat if you're still alive and awake with me. Drop rewire in the chat. You have to remind yourself, this is what you wanted your whole life. What you wanted more than anything was to be free from binge eating. And now that it's happening, there's just fear. So like I talked about on day 1, on how there's typically fear when you're starting to heal your relationship with food, guess what? The fear, like I said, doesn't go away. The fear doesn't go away. There's a new level of fear that comes with binge-free days, binge-free weeks, and binge-free months. Holy moly, is this actually my life? What if I can't sustain it? Okay, what if I can do it for a month and then I revert back to old habits? What if it doesn't last? When you work with me, we do things sustainably. I am so confident that you can sustain it. But you need to recognize that this is just another level of fear. So there's fear at the beginning of starting because you don't actually know what it's like to heal your relationship with food. But then you start healing, you start working through your urges and all these things, and then you start having binge-free days and binge-free weeks and binge-free months, and then fear is coming along for the ride with you, and it's like, wait, is this actually my life? I'm actually conquering this? Oh my gosh, is this real? Oh my God, am I going to revert back to old habits? This is not going to last. Is it? Oh my God, what do I do? I haven't felt this free with food in so long. There's a new level of fear. This is why I said in training 1, you don't just feel fear once and be like, okay, that's it. Fear comes along for the ride. I've had so many clients that I work with, especially in my higher level programs. The Ditch Decade Diets Academy, you get super high level personalized coaching with me. It's super high ticket. And these clients, I can't remember the last time I binged. But then the fear is, can I sustain it? The fear is, am I going to revert back to old habits? But instead of having the fear, you have to normalize it. I tell my clients this all the time. Of course, you're having a binge-free week. You're getting support. You're working with me. Maybe you're inside of Conquer. You're utilizing the tools. You're practicing not giving into your urges. Am I surprised that you're having a binge-free month? No, you're showing up. You're taking massive action. You're rewiring your brain. So of course you're less impulsive with food. You're not giving into your urges. Of course they're becoming less intense. Are you surprised? No, I'm not shocked. I was actually on a call with my clients in the academy, and they were sharing, like, I can't remember the last time that I binged. And I said, I'm not surprised though. Like, you're using the root and rewire process. You're utilizing the tools. You're showing up. And I said, this is normal. Like, you're doing it. Of course, this is happening. When I personally, on my journey, when I started having, bye Meredith, when you started having less urges, less binges, you're feeling more comfortable in your own skin. I had the same thoughts of like, this is so weird. Oh, this hasn't been my reality for 10 years of my life. And now I'm starting to feel so much more in control with food. Like, wait, what? That feels so weird. But at the same time, I wasn't surprised. Do you see the duality? It's like, holy shit, is this actually my life? I haven't binged in a month. But also it's like, well, yeah, duh. You're showing up. You're getting the right support. You're in the community. You're on this, you're part of a community of other badasses who are on this path of conquering binge eating. I knew I was in good hands. I knew that I was using the tools. So a part of my brain was like, yeah, of course this is happening. Like, I'm not surprised. And also this is very important. If you're not doing things sustainably, maybe you're trying to distract yourself, stay busy, keep trigger foods out of the house, or other quick fix tactics. Of course, you're going to think this isn't going to last. Because what you're doing, you know what you're doing is not sustainable. So if you know what you're doing is not sustainable, guess what? You also know that the results are not going to be sustainable either. Boom. Let me say that again. If you know what you're doing is not sustainable, then you know that the results that you're going to get is not going to last because what you're doing is not sustainable. So the results aren't going to last either. They're not going to be sustainable either. But again, when you work with me, you're inside of Conquer. I help you get rid of your urges. This is why my clients say, I can't remember the last time I binged. When you rewire your brain, you shift your thoughts around food, you become less impulsive with food, you stop the crazy food noise, you actually put in the work to heal your relationship with food, not some quick fix band-aid solution to say, oh, I haven't binged all week, but like I'm so freaking deprived. You don't have to worry if you're going to revert back to old habits because number one, you're using tools that are actually sustainable, not quick fixes. You're rewiring your brain, you're getting rid of your urges, you're healing your relationship with food. And then number two, which I talked about yesterday, you're becoming somebody. You're strong, you're resilient, you're committed. So of course you're going to be able to maintain these results because that's who you are. So again, this whole mindset piece is so important to not only conquer binge eating, but maintain it. How many of you guys don't want to just conquer binge eating, but you want to maintain it for the rest of your life? Anyone? You're like, yeah, I want to do things sustainably. Yes, yes, yes. I've used this process that I teach you inside of Conquer. This is why I stopped binging. It's literally all the steps that I used. I literally package it up in one program. I'm like, these are all the things because you know what I just shared. It's not one thing. If it was one thing, everyone would be binge free. It's not one thing. You have to master different areas so that you can fully conquer binge eating and have so much confidence that you won't binge again. People ask me all the time, Are you ever worried you're going to binge again? No, it's been 4 years. I haven't had a single urge. Why? Because I didn't get here by, I'm just going to distract myself. I'm just going to keep cookies out of the house. No, I actually put in the real work. I actually healed my relationship with food. I didn't take the quick fix route, because here's the thing. The people that take the quick fix route, it bites them in the butt, and then they end up coming back to me and they're like, okay, Lorna, ready to do things sustainably. And we work together. So to summarize, to wrap up, by the way, I'm going to go through Conquer in more detail. I'm going to actually share my screen, show you what's included to give you a better understanding. But to summarize things, it is not about one thing that's going to conquer binge eating. There's an array of different things that you need to do to conquer binge eating sustainably for good. Body image, nighttime binging, emotional eating, overeating, your urges. That's what it takes. So I'm going to go ahead. By the way, how are you guys feeling? Let me know in the chat. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling? Feeling good? Feeling fired up? Feeling lit up? Excited? Amazing information? Yes, yes, yes. Party emoji. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want to walk you through. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to drop the link again for Conquer. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want to walk you through this. I want to just take some time. So if you feel called to not stay on, totally cool. If you're like, I'm ready, like I'm on the seat of my pants, like I'm ready, feel free to stay on. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen to show with you how we can actually put all of this together. Okay. Okay, so this is Conquer. This is what I've been talking about this whole time. So again, inside of Conquer, throughout your 6 or 12 months inside, you're going to get a program that I run every single month. So Stop the Urge is all about getting rid of your binge urges. What to do when you feel the urge to binge, how to stop feeling that nagging urge, how to eat without impulse so that you can have 1 or 2 cookies and move on with your day, how to actually honor your cravings without binging. So many people tell me, I don't want to honor my cravings because I'm going to spiral into a binge. The only reason that's happening is because you haven't gotten rid of your urges yet. The people who can have 1 or 2 cookies and move on with their day, they don't have urges. So once you get rid of your urges, it's going to be so much easier to stop after a few cookies. Okay. Now, break the late night binge. This is actually the next program that I'm running. So this is about ending binging, habitual snacking, emotional eating at night. You're going to be able to actually unwind, relax. Many of you guys said, like, I need to relax and unwind with food. I'm going to teach you how to actually do this properly without feeling the need to eat at night. But also, I'm going to help you have a snack in the evening if you want, without going to bed feeling super physically sick. Okay, eat normally. You're looking for a way to sustainably eat without having to diet. This is eating intuitively. You're going to know how much to eat without having to weigh, track, or measure your food. You're going to get back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues. So it's so easy for you to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. You're going to be able to stop thinking about food 24/7. Remember in yesterday when I said you want to feel confident going to the restaurant, not looking up the menu ahead of time. That's what you're going to be able to do once you learn how to eat like a normal person. So many people tell me, I just want to eat like a normal person. I can help you get there. So you can go to the restaurant spontaneously. One of my clients, one of her friends asked her to go out for dinner. And she was like, where do you want to go? And my client was like, I don't really know. Let's just choose in the morning. She said she would have never been able to do that. Free flow, spontaneous. She said before, I would have had to know exactly where I'm going, looking up the menu. And she said now, she's like, I just told my friend I'm going to let her know in the morning. I'm going to see what I feel like. That is freedom. That is eating like a normal person. Okay, body image boost. This is going to skyrocket your confidence. I know you want to feel amazing in your own skin. I know you want to stop losing and gaining the same freaking 10 pounds every single month. That is not going to happen through another diet. That's going to happen through actually healing your body image. Stop over exercising. Actually see yourself as more than a body. Feel confident in your own skin. This is body image. Mastering your mind for a binge-free life. This is what you're going to get throughout the 6 or 12 months. Mastering your mind for a binge-free life. This is about being consistent with your food, not sabotaging after a week of no binges. This is not sabotaging after, oh, I did well today, but I had a cookie, so F it. This is not about, just willpowering your way through. This is having complete belief in yourself, becoming somebody who no longer binges. So if you want to be able to sustain and to turn your random binge-free days into sustainable binge-free months and years and beyond, this is master your mind. And then the last one here is emotional eating. So again, how to process, how to cope, how to manage your emotions, how to stop turning to food when you're avoiding a task, or, oh, I need to reward myself with food, or I'm happy, I'm going to eat. I'm sad, I'm going to eat. I'm going to help you stop turning to food and actually add more pleasure in your life. Learn how to process, cope, manage your emotions so that when you are anxious, you know what to do. There's so many tools I actually share in this program, emotional regulation techniques, so that when you're anxious, you know what to do. When you're stressed, you know what to do. When you're overwhelmed, you know what to do. Okay, so you get all of that inside of Conquer. And then as a bonus, you get access to the Root and Rewire membership. So I'm going to take a few moments to just briefly talk about this because this is included. And by the way, if you still join Conquer on this call, you get a 20-minute private call with me. And if you pay in full, a week of private coaching with me in addition to all this. Okay. So the Root and Rewire membership. This is a bonus as well that's included. So every single month, you're also going to get a Q&A call with me on Zoom. So you can ask your questions. You're also going to get a new masterclass training with me every single month to improve your relationship with food. The best part is literally the badass community. Like literally a huge reason why clients come and work with me is because I've created the most epic community where you don't feel alone. These are people that are uplifting you, who are on their way to a binge-free life. You don't have to feel alone anymore. These people get you like no therapist does, no dietitian, no partner, no parent. You can't talk to your friends about this stuff. You have this community who's got your back. It's like, whoa, other people understand me. Yes. Now, inside of the membership, you get access to all these trainings immediately. So when you're inside of Conquer, you get access to the membership. So rewiring your brain to stop binge eating, controlling your crazy cravings. Some of you guys are like, as soon as I have a bite of something sweet, I spiral into a binge. That's going to all change inside of this. What to do before, during, and after a binge. So how to actually prepare yourself. You know, when you feel that strong urge, it's like, how do you prepare yourself before to help you to not give in? How about in the middle of a binge? How to create a pattern interrupt in the middle of a binge so you get out of autopilot. And then what to do after a binge. So you release guilt and you actually prevent another binge from arising. This is life-changing. How to get out of the all or nothing mentality. How to master your habits. Many of you guys know me as like the habits queen. I take really good care of myself. I teach you my process of how to stay consistent with your habits. Even if you're on vacation or your routine is off or you're extra busy at work, how to still master and maintain your habits. And then many of you guys say, I have health and fitness goals, but I want to heal my relationship with food. How do I do both? Inside of this masterclass. Inside of Duality, I teach you how to effortlessly have a balanced relationship with food, but still prioritizing your health and fitness in the right way. Not diet culture way, not, oh, I need to go to the gym 7 days a week and I need to weigh out my food. No, in a healthy way, because I truly believe you can have it all. I'm living proof. I feel amazing in my own skin, and I also feel extremely free with food. Okay, you also get, these are like the bonuses, how to trust yourself with trigger foods. So you can have chocolate, cake, or muffins or bread in the house and not feel the need to eat it all. One of my clients, she's had peanut butter, which was a past trigger food, peanut butter on her shelf, and has not even had a single desire to eat it in the past few weeks. Like, that is freedom. It's not like, oh my God, I have peanut butter in the house, I need to eat it. She could have it if she wants to. She's not depriving herself. It's just like, when I want it, I'm going to have it. How to eat for health and hunger, not your emotions. How to stop thinking about food. This is a massive one. Many of you guys say, I think about food from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. Well, this is going to stop the crazy food noise. So you can actually get your mental real estate back, be present with your family, focus on more important things other than food and calories. And then the last piece here, getting to the root of your binge eating, because you're here to sustainably end it for good. How to overcome secret eating. So as soon as your partner leaves the driveway, you're not like in the pantry, like, oh my God, it's go time. How to stop self-sabotaging. So important. Working through your limiting beliefs, you can actually get out of the diet binge cycle. Okay. So all of that just inside of the membership, that's over $1,500 of value. Okay. You get the membership included when you're inside of Conquer. Okay. So that is what you get inside of Conquer. So it's the membership is just an extra bonus, but you're going to be able to get access to all these different programs throughout your 6 or 12 months. This is the real thing. It's not, let me just do one thing of getting rid of my urges. It's everything. It's literally everything you need to conquer binge eating is inside of Conquer. So if there's any quick questions, I can answer them down below for you. But I think we're going to wrap things up. The bonus expires as soon as I pop off this call. I'm so excited for those of you guys who jumped in. This is going to be so incredible. I'm super freaking pumped. This is life-changing. Like, you are making such an incredible decision for yourself. Like, you need to go have a dance party and celebrate, because your life is about to change. And I truly mean this. Like, I care so much about this work. I care so much about the work I do with my clients, because I've gone through this. A few years ago, I was binging and feeling out of control. I did not see a way out. And now that I found a way to conquer, I'm like, everyone needs to learn this information. And so the people that come inside of Conquer, you're in for the best journey of your entire life together. I cannot wait to support you. Okay. We are going to close off this call. Thank you guys so much for being here from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3, another incredible training. You're so welcome, Crystal, Sammy, you're so welcome. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3 inside of this masterclass. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye guys.